Great. Guys, first of all, congratulations to enter to this level. This is going to be the almost last level. It's the level number 4 of the 5 that you got. So congratulations on that. It's not easy, no? It's a lot of work, a lot of constants and perseverance, and you have had it to get until this point. So congratulations on that part, okay? Guys, this first week, we're going to be talking about like a couple of topics that we have seen before, but we're going to go a little bit deeper into them. We're going to start with a video, right? Watch this video and then you tell me what's going on in the video, okay?
I don't know why this is happening to me. It might be because I procrastinate too much. It sure must be all the time I waste on my phone scrolling down. I can't keep up with my tasks. I'm screwed.
Oh, you should take care of that problem as soon as possible. You had better control your cell phone time because it could cause cognitive problems. According to psychologists, you must establish time limits and you must also respect them. You had better not let yourself control by the fake dopamine.
The lesson in this situation is that you can use social media to relax, but you shouldn't let your cell phone control you. You had better be responsible with time management and not create bad habits because you can regret later in life.
Okay, so guys, did you get the point of the video? Do you see what was going on there?
Procrastinating?
Yes, she's having problems because she procrastinates too much in the cell phone. She keeps scrolling down. What's the meaning of scrolling down?
Como viendo videos y
Como deslizar la pantalla.
Deslizar hacia arriba, ¿cierto? Es decir, bajar y bajar y bajar. She keeps scrolling down. Now, the man gives a couple of recommendations. She says, okay, no, you should control your cell phone time. It is important that you establish and respect and schedule, right? So he gives some recommendations and also some obligations. He says, for example, you must respect the limits that you establish, no? That if you say, I am going to use the cell phone for 1 hour, I must respect it. So in this case, we're using modal verbs for talking about problems and also for talking about suggestions, right? But in this case, this is a problem and a suggestion that it's going on in this moment, in this way. Yes? So she's saying that she's having problems right now. But what about if we talk about situations that were problematic before? Any idea? So what happened if we talk about problems that happened before? Not today, not in the present, but problems that happened before. What do I have to use in that case?
past models.
Exactly, past modals, right? So we know that when we talk about problems with past modals, we are going to find, sorry, when we talk about problems in the past, we're going to find out the past modals in order to describe what was the possible reason of the problem that we have must have, could have, may have, might have, or the negatives, might not have, may not have, mustn't or couldn't have, right? We know that when we want to use a modal verb in the past, we have to use the modal verb, then have, and then the verb in past participle. This is basically the same that happened in the video, but for the past. Yeah. So, for example, if I say, no, you know what? Yesterday I couldn't finish my homework. I couldn't finish my homework. Why not? Maybe because I could have procrastinated too much. Why I use could and maybe not must or may? Why do I use could?
Porque es como una posibilidad.
Because it's a possibility. Very good. I'm not sure. It's a possibility. So I said that maybe because I could have procrastinated so much. And look that I respect the structure. Could, the modal verb. Then we have. And then, of course, we're going to use the verb in past participle that we said it here. What is the verb in this case? Procrastinate. It's a regular verb, so procrastinate, right? So these modal verbs, must have, could have, may have, might have, it's for describing possible situations in the past. Maybe that is what happened. I am not sure. Or maybe I am sure. Then I said, no, that must be because I must have wasted. What is the meaning of wasted?
Gastado.
Gastado, desperdiciado, right? So I must have wasted my time on my phone. I am sure that the problem was that I procrastinated so much. So I said, I must have wasted a lot of time in my phone, right? So these modal verbs, something that you already saw, they can help me to describe problems in the past. But they are not the only ones that we have, okay? Esos ya los habíamos visto antes, of course, but they are not the only ones that we have. We also are going to find these modal verbs, bueno, semi-modal verbs in past, in which more than talking about what could have happened, they are for describing opinions or obligations in past situations, right? The should have, we already know it, that it's for talking about a regret or a judgment about other person. Say it like, no, the person shouldn't have done that. Yeah. So in that case, I am giving an opinion about what was the best idea, what the person should have done, or on the other hand, what the person shouldn't have done, right? That one already saw it too. But we have this one, which is new. Was supposed to. When we talk about this semi-modal expression, which is be supposed to, like se supone que, yes? So we're going to use the subject, then was or were supposed to, and then the verb in infinitive. First saying like, no se suponía que hiciera eso, ¿cierto? La persona no se suponía que hiciera tal cosa, right? So in that case, it was not normal, or it was something normal, or it was not normal, depending if I say was or wasn't supposed to, yeah? So in that case, it's not talking about what is a good idea or bad idea, but it's more talking about what is expected, what is normal in that situation. Okay, ready? Number 3, we had to, which is this one, it's going to present an obligation in the past. Remember that must, in the present, it's an obligation. And actually, in the video, the man says, you must respect the time. Pero must have, it's not for obligation. Must have, it's for saying that something is certain. O sea, cuando estoy seguro de algo, no para describir obligación, right? Entonces, it's different, must have, from had to. Had to, see, it's for describing obligation in the past. Ready? And needed to is very similar to had to. It's describing necessity, but needed, it's going to be necessity in the past. Ready? So, of course, these modal verbs, they finish with to. How is the verb after the to? How is normally the verb after the to?
In infinitive?
In infinitive, Johan, muy bien, very good. So, for example, if I say, no, pues la chica del video, she wasn't supposed to spend, she wasn't supposed to spend so much time in her phone. No es normal, right? So, y tampoco es buena idea. So we could say, si quisiera decir como que no debió haber, how can I say that?
She shouldn't have spent so much time in her phone.
Of course. So she shouldn't have, pero aquí spent, ¿cierto? ¿Por qué aquí va con T? Porque después del should have, el verbo va en
Past participle.
past participle. En cambio, después del to, was supposed to, had to, needed to, el verbo va en infinitive. So in this case, she shouldn't have spent so much time in herself, right? The thing is that, remember that she talked about a task? She said like, oh no, I can keep up with my task. So, como que no se puede mantener el día con sus obligaciones. Why? Because tenía la obligación, tenía que limpiar la casa. How do you say that? Es que ella tenía que.
She had to clean the house.
Exactly, very good. So in that case, she had to clean the house, right? So here we have other different modal verbs that they are different from could have, must have, right? But some of them in this case, they are going to be different. Why? Because these expressions are semi-modal expressions. Estas no son modales, sino que son semi-modales, es decir, que son con verbos normales. Verbo to be, verbo to have, verbo to need. Y funcionan como modales en el momento en que yo agrego to y luego el otro verbo, ¿cierto? Claro, al agregar to, el verbo ya no va a ir en past participle, como después del have, sino que va a ir en infinitive. Usos, bueno, ya sabemos que son otros usos diferentes, like cuando algo es normal o no, cuando algo es era obligatorio o no, o cuando algo era necesario o no. Ready? Claro. So if I want to describe something that it's negative, in this case we use wasn't, ¿cierto? Wasn't supposed to. But if I say, no, ella no tenía que estudiar. Ah, okay, so she didn't have to, she didn't have to, no sé, she didn't have to wash the bathroom. No era su obligación. She didn't have to wash the bathroom. Entonces, estos modales o estos semimodales no siguen exactamente las mismas reglas del could have, may have, might have. ¿Por qué? Porque sí necesitan en algún punto que usemos los auxiliares. Y como estamos en el pasado, pues el auxiliar puede ser did, si es pregunta, o didn't. ¿Listo? En este caso, el auxiliar pues es el mismo to be. Pues si es negativo, wasn't, o si es pregunta, were you supposed to, bla. ¿Listo? ¿Ready? ¿Qué tal hasta ahí? How do you feel?
It's clear.
Paula, good, fine?
Yes, teacher.
Listo, very good. Listo, my dear guys. Entonces, in this case, we can talk about a lot of different situations that went wrong. Vamos a buscar acá. Wait, We can talk about a lot of different situations that went wrong. For example, sickness, loss of something, an accident, a robbery, a death of somebody, ready? An argument, yes? In this case, they can help me to describe, or I can do it, I can describe them using the modal verbs in past, right? So, for example, somebody died, yes? And then I can start making a lot of predictions or making a lot of sentences about it. A ver, vamos a cortar por acá. Wait a second. Death of somebody. So, in that case, when a person dies, yeah, of course, the death was part of the past. Yes. If it's an accident, the person starts saying things like, for example, he shouldn't have driven so fast. ¿Cierto? Usan el should have for talking about a regret about the other person. Maybe no sé, he could have been sick. I don't know exactly the cause of the death, but I am supposing that the person could have been sick. That's another possibility. Or obligation. Oh, no, no, no. He had to take some exams. He had to take some exams, but he didn't. Ready? Entonces, depending what I want to do, dependiendo de lo que yo quiera hacer, voy a usar un modal diferente, ¿cierto? Aquí quería decir que no debió una recomendación para el pasado, shouldn't. Aquí, possibility, could. Aquí, una obligación que tenía y no la hizo, had to, right? Puedo usar was supposed to, be supposed to, must have, should have, depending the situation that I want to express. ¿Listo? ¿Ready? Entonces, en este caso, guys, empieza a importar mucho el contexto de la oración. No tenemos como tal una estructura que llega, vea, tienen que usar tal cosa. No, pueden usar cualquiera, siempre y cuando respondan a la tarea que tenemos. En este caso es hablar de una situación problemática en el pasado. ¿Ready? What about if we change it and when we say that, for example, an argument? What is the meaning of an argument? Obvio es argumento, pero en este caso no es argumento.
Discusión.
Muy bien,
Una
Johan.
pelea.
Una pelea, una discusión, very good. ¿Qué me pueden decir en this case? Supongan, recomienden, obligations, no sé. What can you tell me about it?
I don't know, maybe they needed to be patient.
Very good, Johan. Maybe they just needed to be patient. Not obligation, but it was necessary, right? So it's just commenting on the degree of necessity of that action, that it's being patient, right? Muy bien, Johan. Excellent. ¿Qué más? What else can you tell me about this problem?
¿Se puede usar también el de suppose?
Claro, of course.
Ok, entonces sería algo como they were supposed to listen the order.
To each other. Muy bien. Excelente. Normalmente, ¿cierto? En una discusión, lo que es normal es que se supone que la gente se escuche entre ellos, right? So they were supposed to listen each other. Muy bien. Perfect, Pablo. ¿Qué más? What else can you tell me about it? What do you think was the reason of the argument? What would be the possible reason of the argument? Possibilities? Mrs. Erika, Mrs. Paula, Mrs. Camila.
They could have had a difficult day.
It's a possibility. Yeah, very good. So they could have had a difficult day. Yes, and they just let it off with the other, no? Let it off is like como dejarlo salir, desquitarse, right? So they just let it off with the other person. Okay, good. That's another possibility. Yes. Entonces, miren que acá cada uno quiso decir algo diferente y para tal propósito usó un modal diferente. Right? Es que needed to, were supposed to, could have had. Yes, depende, right? Puedo seguir haciendo oraciones dependiendo lo que quiera decir usando el modal correcto. Ah, es que she had to pay the rent, but she didn't. Claro, ya no estoy suponiendo, aquí ya estoy diciendo que cuál era la verdad. She had to pay the rent, but she didn't, ¿no? Entonces, una obligación que no se cumplió causes another discussion, right? O, for example, ya nomás con ella. He should have, más bien he shouldn't. He shouldn't have arrived so late at home. Yeah. It means I already know the problem. Yo ya sé cuál era el problema y estoy recomendando, diciendo que pues solo debió ser más puntual, debió haber sido más puntual, right? O debió haber llegado no tan tarde, every day, right? Entonces, depende de lo que yo quiera decir, voy a tener muchas posibilidades siempre y cuando use el modal correcto, ¿vale? Guys, hasta ahí, ¿cómo se sienten? Fine, confusing, maybe, no, not confusing.
It's clear, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Fine.
Ok, Eric, ¿sí? No problems.
No problem.
Listo, muy bien, very good. En este caso, digamos que son temas o verbos que ya habíamos visto, so it's a little bit easier, right? Now, we're going to watch a video, and in the video, another different video, and in the video, they are going to present a problem. It's a very problematic situation. Now, what you're going to do is to tell me what is the problematic situation and what are the possible reasons of that situation. Ready?
Hi, here, listen. Have you ever heard about the Ouija? Have you ever heard about spirits from other worlds? Those evil beings who just want to possess a soul to feel alive again. They are entities which are always looking for a bridge or a path to cross into this world, to have any feeling whatsoever. Not long ago, there was a group of teenagers who were playing around with one of those mysterious objects in the schoolyard, when suddenly they started to see strange movements on the leaves of the trees and weird noises in the air. They thought it might have been the wind which was blowing stronger than usual, but some of them also felt something awkward that made them think that they shouldn't have been playing with things they didn't really understand. It must have been a very serious experience for all of them, since that afternoon they all disappeared. Their parents were desperately looking for them, thinking where they could have gone after class. One of the members of the group, who was more respectful of the unknown, reported that he refused to participate. He said that he had seen them leaving school together, wondering in his head that he would never have dared to play with the spirits from the other world. Nowadays, kids have not come back yet, and to make the situation worse, some clothes have been found in different parts surrounding their houses. The parents thought that there might have been a serial killer or something like that, but it is not very likely since there haven't been any other reports of disappearances. While the town's priest have claimed several times that he has been having strange visions on his dreams and that there must have been something paranormal going on around. Police haven't figured out what may have happened with them, But in every interview that they have given, they always claim that those kids should not have played with such weird matters, and that their families should have been more attentive of their children. There are others more skeptical who said that kids might just have run away as teenagers normally do at that age, but their parents have denied such theories. The only certainty is that those kids should have returned to their houses safe and sound 3 weeks ago, but they still haven't. So, something must have gone wrong, and they certainly could have had some kind of trouble. Hope is still alive, and parents are still certain that their kids must not have died. So we hope. Thanks for joining us. Until next time.
That is a podcast of the paranormal, weird stuff, right? So it's a story about some kids, right? What is the problem with the kids? What was the problem reported with the kids?
They was playing with Ouija.
They were playing
They
with a
were
Ouija.
playing.
See, very good. And what happened, Johan?
They disappeared.
They disappeared, right? So they don't know, nobody knows where they are, right? But they start making a lot of hypotheses about the problem. They start talking about different possibilities. Did you listen to some of the possibilities that they commented?
Maybe it was a serial killer.
Exactly. I can say maybe there was a serial killer, or there may have been, it's another possibility, there may have been a serial killer, but it is not very likely because they haven't had other reports, no? What about the priest of the town? What did he say? Did you listen to the priest of the town?
Can you repeat, teacher? The teacher?
Did you listen what the priest
And
said?
he had visions about paranormal things.
Exactly. As he had visions, como tuvo visiones, he's sure that there must have been something paranormal, right? Yo lo pongo por acá chiquito. No, wait. Chiqui. Ay, how can I do it? Bueno, he said that there must have been something paranormal. Must have because he's sure about it, right? Listo. What about the police? What did they say? Any idea where it happened? Did they have any hypothesis about it? Do you know what is the meaning of run away?
Como huir.
Huir, escape, ¿cierto? Entonces, the police said that it's possible. It's possible that since they are teenagers, it's possible that they could have run, of course, run away. That's another possibility, right? But more than beyond the hypothesis that they said, they give a recommendation to the parents. Do you remember what was the recommendation of the police to the parents?
May have
The
happened.
parents,
because I
the
don't
parents
remember.
should have been more responsible with their kids.
You said it at the same time. Yes, exactly. So Paola and Camila said it at the same time. That the parents should have been more responsible and attentive. In that case, I am not supposing what happened. No, I am giving a recommendation. But it is a past situation. The problem is already done. So that's why I don't say they should be. No, they should have been in the past. So they should have been more responsible with the kids and they should have paid more attention
In
to
every
them, right?
interview that they have given, they always claim that those kids should not have played with such weird matters.
They also said that the kids shouldn't have played with weird matters, with things, with stranger things, no? So that's why they also give a recommendation on that, right? So in this case, guys, they mentioned the modal verbs a lot for talking about what they could have happened, yeah? And also for making recommendations, right? They said that they had to come back home, but they didn't. They were supposed to come back a long time ago, but they didn't, ¿cierto? But also they said that they weren't supposed to play with those things. It was not normal, no? So they weren't supposed to play with those things. Hasta ahí, easy, ¿cierto? But at the same time, they describe the problem using other combination of things. And it's the combination of infinitive and gerunds, right? For example, the kid who escaped, he says, I don't want to risk my life, right? Why I use to in this case? Why do I have to use to? Why is necessary that?
Porque el verbo anterior es want.
Muy bien, Camila, excelente, porque el verbo anterior es want, right? Yes. Entonces, in this case, we are going to have, when we describe a situation, it's very common that we have to connect two verbs, right? And there are going to be two possibilities for connecting verbs. No, wait a second. There are going to be two possibilities for connecting verbs, and it's making it using the gerund option or the infinitive option, right? It depends on the verb that it's first, okay? As Camila said, we have two verbs, verb number one plus the verb number two. The first verb is going to determine if the second verb is in ing, in a gerund, or it's with to and in infinitive, ¿cierto? Why? Depends on the first option, right? Just for example, yeah, here we have verbs like, for example, want, that we know that always goes with to. So in that case, I'm going to say, okay, I want to work, I want to have, I want to be, I want to ta ta ta. As the same way, we have other verbs that are with ing, such as, for example, enjoy. What is the meaning of enjoy?
Disfrutar.
Disfrutar.
Muy bien, guys, very good. Me encanta ese vocabulario que tiene, very good. Enjoy, and then after that verb, we are going to use always the verb in ing. I enjoy working at home. I enjoy working with you. I enjoy having classes at night. I enjoy being Colombian. I enjoy ta ta ta. Right? This depending on the first verb, the second verb is going to be modified, but we have to check out what are the different possibilities. First, we have the verbs that usually go with gerunds. These verbs usually go with gerunds, o sea, después de estos verbos puedo incluir otro verbo que generalmente irá con gerundio. Ready? Let's see what are the verbs. Avoid. What is the meaning of avoid?
Evitar.
Evitar.
Consider.
Considerar.
Muy bien. Dislike.
No gustar de algo, no sé.
O disgustar, ¿cierto? Ready. That's it. Listo, guys. Ahora, please take here the function of text, aquí en el lapicito de la izquierda que les aparece abajo, usen text y coloquen el significado de alguno de los verbos, el que ustedes quieran, el que conozcan, of course. Claro, enjoy ya lo tenemos, finish está facilito, right? So, escriban el significado del verbo que ustedes quieran. Ya me dijeron avoid, consider, dislike. Go on, seguir, muy bien, Pau, excelente. So, Pablo nos ayuda ahí en el chat. Go on. Seguir, very good. Pueden usar el lapicito, pueden usar el texto, la T de texto si les aparece. ¿Ok? Let's go home, we have here seguir. Perder, muy bien, very good, Johan.
También te significa extrañar.
Extrañar, sí, pero en este caso lo vamos a usar más como perder. ¿Ok?
Ok.
O no, pues both, ambos están bien. Renunciar, muy bien, Jesús, that's great. Paula está por aquí. Sugerir, very good, excellent. Terminar, muy bien. Terminar o resultar, right? Suggest, Camila dice sugerir, muy bien, very good. Quit, dejar o renunciar, that's great. Enjoy, ya dijimos que era disfrutar, check. Finish, obviamente terminar, ¿cierto? Imagine,
Imaginar.
imaginar, very good, right? Spend time,
Pasar tiempo.
Gastar tiempo.
pasar tiempo, gastar tiempo, muy bien, very good. And, this one, esta sí la dejo que alguien la escriba. Don't mind.
Es no importa.
Muy bien, Pau, excelente, no importar, pero no importar no como de que no me interesa, sino que no me molesta. Es decir, no, a mí no me importa trabajar de noche, está bien, no problem. Entonces, don't mind, that is the expression, que es diferente de don't care, ¿cierto? Don't care es así, es like, I don't care. This one it's like, no, I don't have problems, I don't mind. Ready? Y la última, think about.
Es como pensar en algo.
Pensar acerca de y el verbo, ¿cierto? Entonces, in that case, when we have these possibilities, clear, that's it. Entonces, when we have these possibilities, these verbs are going to include another verb, but that verb is going to be in gerund form, yeah? Oh, for example, you know what, teacher? I have a problem because I never avoid using my phone. Not even in public spaces. So sometimes I have problems for that. Or for example, I dislike, sorry, I dislike listening the truth. You know, some people dislike listening the truth. So that's a possibility too, right? The important thing is that every time that you use these verbs, avoid, miss, the next verb, it's going to be in gerund form, okay? Questions there? Difficulties with that? Or clear?
No, teacher,
Clear,
it's
teacher.
clear.
No,
Okay,
teacher.
very good. Now, what happens if we have the other possibility? The other possibility is that also we have to use gerunds when there are expressions that finish with prepositions. Ready? Prepositions different from to. When there is a preposition that it's like to, for example, willing to, dispuesto a, pues ya sabemos que el next verb it's going to be in infinitive. Pero si la preposición es diferente de to, llámese of, about, for, at, in, about, bla, 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 the next verb it's going to be in gerund, right? All of these expressions are normally used with verb to be. So, for example, when I say I am afraid of, I am known for, other verbs like, for example, I feel sad about, I feel scared about, right? But all of these expressions that finish with preposition, they are going to introduce a verb in ing. So, quickly, misma idea, please take your time and write down the meaning of that adjective. Ready? What is the meaning of that expression? For example, be sad about, like, triste por, ¿qué más? What other? Usen la herramienta de text o del lapicito, como quieran, y escriban alguna que encuentren por ahí, que se sepan, of course. Ujú. Afraid of es más que miedo de, es asustado de, el adjetivo, ¿cierto? Asustado de, conocido por, cansado de, muy bien, very good. Any other? Angry about? Excited about, emocionado por, emocionado sobre, very good. What other? What other? Worried about, that's important. What is the meaning of worried about? Interested in, interesado en, muy bien, that's right, very good.
Preocupados acerca de algo.
Worried is
Muy bien,
aburrido.
worried es preocupado. Bored, es así, es aburrido, también está acá, bored about, también la puedes usar acá, pero worried es preocupado por, ¿cierto? Listo, triste o mal, pero no por, sino para. En este caso, ese at es para, igual que good at, bueno para, ¿cierto? Entonces, for example, I am bad at socializing.
O sea que es mejor malo para en vez de lo otro.
Sí, exacto, porque si digo mal por, es como que yo estuviera mal por alguna razón, pero that is sad for, o digamos que la preposición for se funciona más como por, ¿cierto? Pero cuando es para, en este caso good y bad, es como un propósito, ¿cierto? Soy malo para o soy bueno para. Entonces, in that
Ok.
case, for example, I'm bad at socializing, right? Muy bien, very good. Me falta what? Angry about.
Enojado por algo.
Very good. Angry about it's like enojado por algo. Y scared of, que es un sinónimo de afraid of, it's asustado por. Entonces, all of these
Asustado.
expressions, the same, are going to be used with the gerund, right? Entonces, for example, you know what? I am bad at speaking in public. I feel afraid of traveling abroad. I am sad about losing my pet, for example, right? The action that you want to talk about after that, it's going to be in gerund. Ready? Now, On the other hand, we have some verbs that can use both options, especially verbs like and dislike. For example, hate, like, love. They can use both options. I can say I hate to do or I hate doing. I like to do or I like doing. I love to eat or I love eating. And in the same way, continue, start, and prefer. I prefer to eat or I prefer eating. I start to eat or I start eating. Yeah, I continue eating or I continue to eat. But both are going to be fine. In this option, you can use both possibilities, okay? Yeah. And the last one are going to be the verbs that normally we use with infinitive. Of course, we have some commons, like for example, need to, have to, want to, that we saw it at the beginning of the class, and also others. Ready? Una vez más, take the tool and write down the meaning of one of them. Entonces, choose, yo digo, bueno, escoger o seleccionar, escoger, right? ¿Qué otro? What other? Write down in front the meaning of the verb. Bueno, need ya lo tenemos.
¿Cómo se pone el lapicito para escribir ahí?
No sé si te aparece al ladito, es que acá no les o sea, cuando yo les comparto la pantalla, no les aparece ese lapicito. En la mano ¿qué? Mano izquierda inferior aparece como un lapicito chiquito verde en la pantalla tuya, Cami. Entonces tú le das ahí y se despliega como una barrita de herramientas y ahí puedes buscar si escribes con el teclado o con el lapicito. Entonces por aquí Pau nos ayuda. Hope, esperar. Hope, aquí esperar. Alguien ya escribió ocurrir, happen, muy bien. Listo. Fingir, pretend, very good. What other? Plan, muy sencillo. Planear, of course. Want, ya lo vimos, querer, right? Intent, yes, pretender también. It's similar. It's actually similar, but not exactly the same as pretend, right? Any other? Try, intentar, muy bien, Cami, very good. Yes, try, intentar. Forget, olvidar. Perfecto, good. Yes. Expect, bueno, escríbelo, Johan. Learn, aprender. Pau, pregunta.
Teacher, what is the difference between intend and pretend?
Pretend. Pretend, como dice, fingir es algo falso, ¿no? Entonces, como que, for example, I pretend to be, no sé, I pretend to be good at dancing. O sea, no lo soy, sino que pretendo serlo, ¿cierto? I pretend to be good at dancing. Es algo falso. En cambio, intentar, perdón, intent, que es pretender, it's that you are really making the effort. Estás realmente haciendo el esfuerzo. If I say, I intend to be good, o sea, la misma oración, I intend to be good at dancing, right? Este intent es que sí estoy intentando hacerlo. Aquí solo estoy pretendiendo, fingiendo que lo soy. Aquí es I intend to. Intento ser bueno para bailar, right? O sea, como que si estoy haciendo algo por ello, estoy tomando clases o something like that. Okay, Bob?
Okay, teacher.
That's the difference. Muy bien. Listo, guys. So we have decidir, esperar también, offer, ofrecer, so on, so on. And remember, all of them are followed by an infinitive. So, for example, you know what? I learned, cualquier tiempo está bien. I learned, for example, I learned to dance many years ago. Many years ago. ¿Sí? En pasado. Profe, en futuro. Sí, of course, no problem. I will forget. I will forget to record the class tomorrow. For example, mañana se me olvidará grabar la clase. So I will forget to record the class tomorrow. Cualquier tiempo puede funcionar, igual con los de gerundio funciona exactamente igual. Pero si cambio el tiempo, solamente el primer verbo va a cambiar, o sea, este. El que va después, ya sea en infinitivo o en gerundio, no va a cambiar. Fíjense que aquí uso will y el verbo sigue estando en infinitivo. Aquí uso learn y el verbo sigue estando en infinitivo. Así que el único verbo que va a cambiar cuando uso combinaciones de dos verbos es solamente el primer verbo. Y el segundo ya tendrá que ser en gerundio o en infinitivo, dependiendo cuál es el verbo inicio. ¿Vale? ¿Qué tal hasta ahí? Questions, problems, or difficulties?
No problem.
No, teacher, all good.
Excelente, very good. Vamos a borrar por acá, wait. Chun, chun, chun. Listo, guys, very good. So, in this case, this combination of verbs is going to allow me to describe also problems. As I said, it can be in past too, right? Example, we go back to the situation of the discussion. Yeah. So we have again the situation of the discussion here. Chan. And then you told me already everything. Ya me dijeron todo, ¿no? Que he should have been he should have been more patient, right? Now I am going to put here two verbs. One is suggest. The other one is avoid. What do you think? These verbs are followed by gerunds or by infinitive? Or one and one? What do you think?
By gerunds.
Both of them?
Yes, teacher.
Both of them, very good, right? So, for example, if I said, you know what? They avoided, because it's a regular verb, they avoided, TTT in front, in front of their kids. What do you think it's the verb that is going to go here after avoided?
Arguing.
Muy bien, Jesús, very good. Argument es el sustantivo discusión, pero discutir is the verb argue. But we have avoided, so we know that the next verb it's going to be anyway a verb in gerund. So we put this verb and they avoid arguing in front of their kids, right? Or for example, you know what? Therapist suggested them train, I don't know, let's see, counting up to 10 when feeling stressed. What do you think it's the verb that we have here?
Waking?
Sorry, Johan, again?
Waking? Wake up? Waking? No, waking, no.
No. When I say to 10, it means like 1, 2, 3, 5.
Breathing.
Contar, pero no sé cómo se dice.
Relaxing, maybe?
Relaxing, sí, pues es digamos que una opción para relajarse, pero contar, dijo Johan, muy bien, count. Pero one more time, está después de suggested. Entonces, suggested them. ¿Cómo iría el verbo?
Counting.
Yes, muy bien, counting. Porque está después del verb suggest. ¿Cierto? That's it, right? Ahora, different if I say, for example, that she didn't intend him. The verb is offend. Offend. So, how would it be that sentence?
She didn't intend to offend him
Perfecto. ¿Y cómo sabes que es to offend y no offending?
because intent is with to.
Because intent is followed by the infinitive form. So we know that she didn't intend to offend him, right? But he was pretending to her while watching TV. Of course, the verb is listen. So what do you think? He was pretending. Estaba fingiendo que. He was pretending.
Listening.
Yes, very good. Muy bien. No importa que haya gerund acá, igual el verbo pretend, but en este caso, perdón, no, es ing, es pretend to Porque recuerda que pretend e intend ambos son seguidos por infinitivo. Entonces, he was pretending to listen to her while watching TV. Si volvemos aquí al thing, we said that pretend también va seguido normalmente de infinitivo. ¿Listo? Entonces, no importa cómo vaya el tiempo, si es pasado simple, pasado continuo, presente, futuro, no importa. El que va a cambiar es el verbo inicial y el segundo respeta las reglas de si es gerundio o de si es infinitivo. ¿Vale? Guys, hasta ahí. Fine, questions, difficulties or problems?
Fine, teacher.
No, all fine. Erika, Jesús, all good?
All good, teacher.
Muy bien, very good. So, mm, over here, we're going to go here. And then we said, okay, we have three people, famous people, and they are celebrities who made mistakes. They had problems in the past, no? Entonces, in that case, what did they do wrong? What was the problem that they had or the mistake that they made? Do you know them? ¿Si los conocen o nothing?
Yes, teacher. Gerard Piqué shouldn't her wife.
Okay, so he cheated. He cheated on because it's a man. Cheated on, siempre va con on, que es un phrasal verb, que es como engañar a, right? So he cheated on his wife, that it's beautiful Shakira, right? So what about him, Raúl Alejandro? Did you know him or no?
No, teacher.
He did something similar, actually. He cheated on his girlfriend. That was another reggaeton singer. I don't remember the name, but yeah, that's it, right? Now, what can you tell me about it? What can you tell me about that problem? Do you have a hypothesis why they did it? Do you have a recommendation why they did it? Yeah. Do you like, or do you have a sentence in which you can describe what he wanted to do or what he avoided to do? You know, so think in a sentence. The sentence is free. You can talk about recommendations, suppositions, or a combination of two verbs, depending as you want. Try to tell me something about that problem of that person.
Maybe he had a relationship with Rosalia.
With who? Sorry, with who?
We had a relationship with
Sí.
Rosalia.
Ah, with Rosalía, Raúl Alejandro. Yes, and he
Yes,
did the same, ¿no? Entonces,
yes,
why? ¿Por qué? Why did he do the same? ¿Por qué crees? O what do you think? ¿Cuál sería como la oración ahí? Pueden hacer cualquier cosa, es decir, for example, Raúl Alejandro, bueno, let's say Alejandro preferred, prefer es going o go out. No me acuerdo. ¿Es prefer to go out o prefer going out?
and maybe going out.
De hecho, Pau,
I'm not sure.
los dos se puede. Prefer es uno de los verbos que me recibe ambas opciones. Entonces, Alejandro preferred going out with, bueno, con otra mujer que no sé cómo se llama, with another woman, right? Listo. No estoy describiendo opciones, ni suposiciones, ni recomendaciones. No, solo estoy dando contexto, talking about what is going on there. Pero voy a usar dos verbos, prefer y go out. Así que tengo que combinarlos de alguna de las dos formas que sean correctas, right? Listo. ¿Qué más? What other thing do you know about this guy? O about Piqué o whatever.
Cancerbero used to sing rap.
Cancerbero. Use. Ahí viste que used es uno de los verbos que usa to. Entonces, muy bien. Cancerbero used to sing. Tan, tan, tan. ¿Cierto? Sencillo, no problem, right? ¿Mm? Algo acerca del problema, bueno, se murió, ¿cierto? Eso, en ese caso yo como, uy, no, no debió haber confiado en su familia, ¿cierto? Right? So, Johan, creo que vas a participar, sorry. Interrumpí ahí.
No, teacher, no.
Okay.
Por ahora no.
Okay, okay. Listo, very good. So, anything else? Like Cancerbero. Si if I say, no, es que no debió haber confiado en su familia.
He shouldn't have trust,
Trusted.
trusted with, no sé cómo, es tu familia.
That's it. No hay preposición en after trust, no hay necesidad
Family.
de
Ah, ok.
preposición. Simplemente Cancerbero used to sing rap, but he shouldn't have trusted his family, ¿cierto? Because hubo un problema con la hermana o something like that. I don't remember exactly, but well, anyway. Ready? Entonces, guys, digamos que todo lo que vimos hoy no tiene una estructura determinada, es simplemente varias opciones que yo tengo para describir un problema. Claro, pero puede aplicar para cualquier cosa. Si yo quiero contar una historia, también lo puedo hacer. Si yo quiero contar una anécdota chistosa, también lo puedo hacer, ¿cierto? Son recursos que me van a permitir ser mucho más fluido, ¿sí? Y conectar un montón mis ideas, ¿right? Y
Tengo
darle
una duda.
variedad a las ideas. Erika, pregunta.
¿Cómo hago para identificar, digamos, rápidamente cuándo utilizar, digamos, los ING o cuándo utilizar bueno, la otra parte?
Sí,
Entonces,
los infinitivos.
how to make, o sea, pues digamos que aquí están clasificados así, pero digamos que uno está mirando como cuando está estructurando algo o una respuesta, cómo hace para saber, bueno, lo voy a hacer por acá o lo hace
Sí,
como
sí, sí.
rápidamente, o sea, no sé, un tic o algo así.
Listo, Eri. La verdad, este tema de los gerundios y los infinitivos no tiene una regla en sí mismo. Entonces, es de algunas de las partes más complicadas y más cansonas porque la única forma es aprenderlo por memorización. Entonces, ¿qué te recomiendo? Usa en el momento una serie reducida o un grupo reducido de expresiones hasta que las memorices. Es decir, no aprendas tantos verbos al principio porque es difícil recordarlos si van con ing o con infinitivo. Enfócate en un grupito específico, unos 5 de gerundio y unos 5 de infinitivo, hasta que los memorices y ahí puedes empezar a cambiar otros 5 y luego otros 5, porque no hay más forma de reconocerlo. Bueno, obvio, si tengo preposiciones como estas, es más fácil reconocerlo que va con gerundio, ¿sí? Pero de otra forma es simplemente memorización. Y entonces esta es una de las partes más complicadas y más cansonas en cuanto a memorización. No solo es aprenderme el verbo, sino también si ese verbo va seguido de gerundio o de infinitivo. Entonces, ahí sí no hay como un truco para lograrlo, simplemente vayan despacio con poquitas palabras para que se familiaricen rápido con ellas y ya puedan cambiar con otras palabras. Eso sí, siempre aprendan, como siempre les digo, verbos que sean útiles para usted. Por ejemplo, si yo no olvido casi nunca nada, pues el verbo forget no me va a ayudar mucho. En cambio, si yo uso el verbo, no sé, yo planeo mucho porque soy profesor, entonces a mí el verbo plan me va a servir mucho más. Busquen verbos que sí les convengan aprender en este caso. ¿Listo? ¿Ready?
Profe, o
Sí.
sea que es como con los verbos irregulares, irregulares. O sea, mientras
Lo
uno lo va
mismo,
usando es que
Cam.
uno se va familiarizando y aprendiéndolo.
Exactamente, exactamente así. Es igual que aprenderse los verbos que si son regulares y irregulares. No hay una regla para conocerlos, simplemente es memorización. Pero se van a dar cuenta que uno empieza a ver como que uno dice, no, I want going back, como que no me suena bien, porque son verbos que uno usa muy normalmente, entonces como que ya empiezas a ver, no, want siempre lleva to. Enjoy to living, no sé qué, no, eso no me suena bien, yo sé que enjoy siempre va con ing, y así, cuando uno menos se da cuenta, ya conoce y ya puede, digamos, juzgar si esa expresión sí se ve bien así o si realmente crees que es de la otra forma, ¿vale? De todas maneras, muy importante, si ustedes cometen un error en cuanto a ing y infinitivo, no es tan grave, porque igual se va a entender el mensaje. Así que este es un tema que si me equivoco y lo hago mal, pues no va a pasar nada. No es que me vayan a confundir, ni la persona va a dejar de entender, no, it's fine. Solo que suena rarito, pero es un tema que, digamos, da tiempo de espera para aprenderse todos los verbos. Entonces no se estresen por ello tampoco tanto, ¿vale?
Teacher, I have a question.
Tell me, Mike.
Verbos love and like, ¿estos también van ahí? ¿En
Yes,
ambos?
con ambas. Ready? Mira
Ok.
acá. Like y love aceptan
Ok.
ambas opciones, ¿ready? De igual manera, o sea, no tiene cambio si usas gerundio infinitivo. Hay otros verbos que sí van a cambiar si uso gerundio infinitivo, pero los vamos a ver más adelante, ¿listo? Entonces, por ejemplo, el verbo stop, un ejemplo, así rapidito. El verbo stop acepta ambas opciones, pero cambia si le pongo infinitivo o si le pongo gerundio. Ejemplo, si yo digo I stop to eat, I stop to eat, significa que yo estaba haciendo otra cosa y paré para comer. En cambio, si yo digo stopped eating, con gerundio, significa que es una acción que dejé de hacer, que paré para siempre. Right? Just for example, if I say I was working and I stopped to eat, right? Pero con stop, I stopped eating candy. Ya dejé de comer dulce. I stopped eating candy. Hay algunos que son diferentes, pero en su gran mayoría va a ser, digamos, con una sola opción o como estos verbos que pueden usar cualquiera de los dos sin ningún cambio. ¿Listo? Pero algunos poquitos que vamos a ver más adelante tienen esa particularidad que si los uso con gerundio es diferente que si los uso con infinitivo, ¿vale? Pero no se estresen, tranquilos que de a poquito vamos aprendiendo ahí más verbos, ¿vale? ¿Listo, guys? Questions, difficulties, problems, anything?
All good, teacher.
All good. Listo, guys. Entonces, ¿cómo
All
se
good,
dieron cuenta?
teacher.
Listo, Pau, excelente. Como se dieron cuenta, pues simplemente es cuestión de empezar a contextualizarnos y empezar a mirar qué herramientas son las que tenemos para usar en diferentes contextos. ¿Listo? Pero for the moment, everything is okay. Thank you for being here. Gracias por pasar hasta acá, por llegar hasta acá muy juiciosos, muy constantes. Y nos vemos la próxima semana, que tenemos también una sola clasecita. ¿Listo? Entonces, see you there. Nothing. Have a good night. Enjoy your weekend. Disfruten el fin de, ¿vale?
Thank you, teacher. Bye bye. Have a
Bye,
good
Bye bye.
Thank you,
teacher.
See you later.
teacher.
Good teacher.
Bye,
Goodbye.
teacher.
No
Thank you.
problem. You're welcome.